Hi there, it's Rachel with April again, and today we're going to do a little bit of practice with loose leash walking. I see that Stephanie worked on that with Dakota the other day, so that's good, and maybe I have some more little techniques that you can try, but it's important to use a combination of things for the certain scenario and whatever works best for them. This is one where I think that you should practice along with them before you do it together, because trying to get two dogs to focus on leash when they really want to go somewhere and have them pulling you in all sorts of directions definitely makes things more difficult. So if we're going to start out here, come on, April. All right, so the first thing that can help with her learning to walk on the loose leash is if you're going somewhere with like a set destination, like the vet's office, or if you're dropping her off here to daycare and it's not that far from the car here to the office to drop her off. Every time she starts to pull, you can just make her sit. So Dakota, come on, or April, sorry. I know who you are. Come on. Sit. April, sit. Good, sit. Good, sit. All right, she's not really pulling here because we're in a closed area. There's not really many places for her to go. Oh, and she's already tired. Come on, April. And so walking around, she's pulling like this. April, sit. April, sit. Come on. You know how to sit. Sit, April. Good, sit. Good girl. Oh, she's not too interested in these treats, I guess. Oh, there she goes. Yeah. And so with this, if you're going somewhere and you can take the time to sit every time she starts to pull, it helps. It kind of distracts her from whatever she was focused on, makes her focus back on you, and you don't go anywhere until she is sitting properly again. So that's one thing to work on. Another thing, I see you have a choke collar on her, which I think is good. They can be used for good corrections. One thing you want to make sure is that they're put on correctly, and I think hers is on backwards here. So I'll show you how to do that. Oh, get over the ears. There you go. All right, so when you put the choke collar on, they're designed to be on a certain way. If they're on backwards, then they won't release like they should. A choke collar is meant to give like a quick correction and then release. You don't want it to be tight on your dog all the time. Then it's not a correction, it's just something they're kind of fighting against. But if you're walking along and you give her a quick pop and it releases, just pull up on the leash, then that distracts her enough and you get a correction instead of just yanking on her. So when you put it on, an easy way to remember it is always have it in a P like this when it's facing you. So P for pet, that's how I remember it. And so you put it on her with the P towards you. So come here, April. Oh, she's sleepy. But she's not even lifting her head up for me. There we go. So there, that's on right, and now it will release properly. So I think a choke chain is a good thing to use. So when you're walking along, if you have her sit, or if she's just getting a little too far, just do a quick pop backwards on her, and that will have it tighten and it'll release right away. So it's just a quick correction to get her focus. All right, grab a couple more treats for her so she's basically falling asleep on me here. Come here, April. All right, sit. Come here, sit. Good girl. Come on. So also, if she starts pulling when she's not doing here, she's used to this area, so she doesn't feel the need to really check anything out. If she starts pulling, just switch directions. And that's why it's also good to have a choke collar. So if she's pulling, she'd be pulling out in front of me like that. I just give her a quick pop and pull around and get her back up with me there. So good job, April. Yeah. Well, it looks like she's too tired to be really pulling on the leash too much, and I don't want to be yanking her around for no reason. But just to go over it again, if you need to change directions, do that. Making her sit until she calms down, and every time she starts pulling, make her sit. That'll frustrate her, and she'll start to learn, you know, that she gets places faster if she just walks on a nice loose leash right by you. It doesn't take her time of having to sit. And also using the choke collar correctly to give her corrections, whether it's, you know, a quick pull to pull her back, or if you're changing directions, give her a quick pop and a little verbal correction like works too. If you give her a loose leash command, a lot of people use heel. So the thing with heeling is that they always are at a sit when you're stopped right by you, and then they walk right next to you the whole time. So heeling will be another good thing to work on a little later, but for right now we just want to work on good manners with the leash, which I think she'll catch on to really quickly. She seems really smart. And with those little tips that I told you, and also with the video for Dakota that Stephanie or Nicole did, I think that you have a lot of good ways to work on the loose leash walking with these two. So this was Rachel and Angel working on loose leash walking.